Hang on. Welcome to the Metaphorical Podcast. My name is Curry, your host, and I'm with Bonnie and Sam. But on this episode, we've no idea where it's going to go. So strap up and enjoy the ride. So, but we've got a milkshake stand that's close to us, and we're just talking about different flavors that we like. What's I'll start with you, Sam. What's the
So for me, I could approach it from numerous angles. It does come into it my mood. However, sort of the one that stands out for me above everything else, I think can't really go wrong with a Kinder Bueno milkshake. If you've ever had one, if you haven't, have one. Change your life. Open your eyes to a new perspective, way of seeing things, way of doing things, way of living things.
You're selling it.
I am. I mean, I work on commission. Use my code.
Get one right now. Yeah.
Use my discount code SAM10 for 10% off at Shake Shack in Welling Garden City. Whatever it's called. What's
Is
it? Shake Shack, is it? What's
Shake and Cow.
Shake and Cow.
Yeah, that's how it came about. I've been staring at Shake and Cow over Curry's shoulder for the past hour, and it's just, I mentioned it as a topic.
Subliminal messaging.
And I'm going to blow your minds with my go-to milkshake flavour. Do you want to guess? Out of the many chocolates, I'll give you two guesses.
Did you say it before? Was this the one you said already?
I haven't said it already.
Lion Bar.
No.
Bounty.
No, not Bounty. No.
Oh, Bounty.
That's not a chocolate. It's rabbit food.
That's a good one.
I've never fed a Bounty to a rabbit, but
Try it. Maybe that could be our run an experiment. They're pretty. Yeah, I don't think that would mix
no,
well.
it wouldn't go well. Okay, are you ready to have your mind blown?
Not really, but go
No.
for it.
Skittles.
Skittles. I've
Oh my
seen that, and
goodness.
I've never. It's never appealed to me.
Honestly, it's incredible.
It sounds like it'd be just really
Do they,
sickly sweet.
blend them before
They blend them up, and it's little chunks, and it is incredible. Believe it or not, it tastes like Skittles,
But
and
what-
it is just like a fruity
concoction.
It is incredible, and I like chocolate milk, like Oreos and whatever else. But that is so unique, and like just the flavour. Not like, I'm edgy, I get Skittles in my milkshake.
Right, just imagine a scenario though. So imagine maybe it's an unscrupulous vendor, and they don't have the best blender. What happens if one of the Skittles misses the blending process, and you end up with a Skittle straight down your gullet?
I can tell you where it's gonna come out.
That's a lawsuit waiting to happen, mate.
Well, it's always,
No.
It's a game. When you order,
That's part of the fun,
when
is
you
it?
order the
part of
milkshake,
the fun is you might choke on a Skittle and die.
you get
You're
your
not
cup.
gonna choke on a Skittle, but
You might
could-
not.
No,
You get a cup, a straw, and a disclaimer. That's what you get with the Skittles milkshake. And then you have to sign it.
Sign a waiver
There
form.
may be Skittles in this milkshake.
okay. If you had your own milkshake business or bar, what would you call it?
Oh my god, this is so.
This is going to go badly, I feel.
Yeah. Oh. God.
I think it would have to be a Shakira reference, like Shakira somehow, and like
Shakira.
every time the blender went on, like it would have like an automatic thing where it linked to a Shakira song, just like. And it, like every time you press the blender down, it would do that.
Your
So
staff
Shakira,
would hate you so
they
much.
would hate me. Like they'd be traumatized after a week and they'd have to leave.
No,
But we'd sort of have a process of just
Yeah.
like a good turnover of staff.
But you pay them really, really well.
Pay them really well. I mean, because we're making lots of money as it is.
Shakira.
Like, it advertises itself. Shakira.
Shakira.
Oh,
Then she'll come and slap you with a lawsuit. 'Cause,
Yeah, but I mean,
used to her
I
dad.
don't imagine she's going to stumble across like a small
well, it
shake.
depends how big you get.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd limit that. Because obviously we'd have to put
I'm
a cap
not
on
going to
it.
make any more
Yeah.
money because I don't want to get a
I
lawsuit.
don't want to get a lawsuit
There's
for
something
Shakira.
to be something does exist called being too successful. You've got to be careful.
Yeah.
I try not to be too successful, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. Try not to be too successful. I can't help it.
I mean, what would your shake?
I've been thinking about
Business.
I don't know. I think you could go
How
for something,
do you follow Shakira? I think that's what you
you could go
contending
for
with now.
something easy like no, that sounds awful. I was going to say Barney's Blenders, but
Barney's
that sounds
Blenders.
ridiculous. doesn't it?
Yeah.
It sounds like
That sounds like you're just
It's like,
wholesaling
sounds like
blenders.
underwear or
Yeah.
something.
I don't, okay, what?
Blenders.
I don't know.
But what your signature milkshake
Mm.
for you?
So at Shakira's,
Yeah.
what would the
The signature milkshake.
It's got to be something exotic, hasn't it?
like an entire mango?
Thai mango.
So like one scoop
Everything.
of ice cream, and it's just a whole mango.
Actually, I know. I'm thinking even more exotic than mango because mango's become mainstream. I think. I think
papaya.
papaya is sort of on the fence, really. It's sort of
No.
Papaya.
what are them things? Rambutan. Is that good?
Dragon fruit.
Is rambutan a fruit?
Rambutan.
That
Sounds like an instrument.
it might just be an instrument.
That is a bold flavour. A tambourine milkshake.
Or lychee. Lychees.
Lychee.
No.
You not like lychees?
No.
Oh mate, you need
I'm
to.
not adventurous when it comes to
Yeah, it
fruit,
seems like it.
especially anything that's close to melon.
Do you not like melon?
I hate melon.
What is
Like,
wrong with you?
I'm serious,
Oh
seriously.
my
I can't believe. Can we
goodness.
just leave now? I don't believe I'm on a podcast with someone who doesn't like melon.
You're not a
In
melon.
my-
man.
in my house, like
It's banned.
No, everybody else eats
What about-
melon, but I will not eat melon.
Why?
What about have you ever just melon on its own, or would you have melon with Parma ham?
Nothing, never. It's like
So you haven't tried it?
And you know, it's weird because it's in America, melon is like a stereotype for black people. Like black people love melons.
Wasn't it like a thing of like watermelon? Was the
It's up there with like chicken. Like, in terms
Yeah.
of-
Is it?
yeah, in terms of stereotypes.
But you,
And we always joke around. and
Curry
say,
breaking the
how-
mold.
yeah.
Right. Well, Jem actually said, my wife, calls me coconut. Because says, how can you be so? Because I'm black on the outside and white on the inside. That's what she says, and it's funny because it's just there's behaviors from people from a country in Africa. Always like because it's just everything is always like you know what, I'm just gonna do it whenever I want to, but I'm always on time. So it's like, how come you're always on time and everybody else is always late? And it's one of those things that she's always now started calling me a coconut. She just goes like, yeah, coconut. Wait, what happened to you? But it's just one of those things. I know it's making you guys feel uncomfortable because we're not talking about this.
No, do you know what's making me feel
feeling
uncomfortable? Is
Yeah.
your dislike of melons.
Yeah, honestly, that's
Genuinely.
That's shocked me a bit.
And you don't like you're not even prepared to try it.
No, I've tried it.
When?
Look like you actually going to stand
I'm
up
angry.
right
I'm
now.
angry.
You're going to go to Marks and Spencer and get me a melon.
Not Marks and Waitrose, of course. The
Waitrose.
Always
finest melon you've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
When did you last try it, Puri?
I don't know, probably a few years ago.
A few years ago. There we go. You're trying melon.
No,
You're going to take my hand after this podcast.
At Shakira's.
At Shakira's.
We're
having-
melon madness.
We'll have an array of melons.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not
Melon
coming to
themed.
I'm not coming to Shakira's.
Shakira. Oh, I really need to think of a name.
Yeah, you did, especially as well. You were going, I could come up with an easy one, and you didn't come up with anything. Barney's
Well, no,
Blenders.
Yeah, that is an easy
It does
one, but
sound
it's
like
rubbish.
suspenders or something. So like,
It does.
sounds like underwear.
Oh,
But
it could be bananas.
Bananas,
But-
yeah. And
Bananas.
every shake has a banana
It's a
base.
banana. Yeah,
gonna-
yeah. Along with your disclaimer, you get a banana.
No, I can't get.
blended banana.
I
Ugh.
can't get over that curry. I can't look at you the same now.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
But do you know the thing that bugs me the most, Barney, is the
What's
fact
that,
he's not
Sam?
willing to. He's not willing to try.
I know.
He's a man that obviously knows he doesn't like melon.
Do you eat melon with the crust on or off?
Well, you eat the rind, the melon
crust.
rind.
Yeah, it's like the crust.
Yeah, the rind,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh,
It's like the best
please.
apple
You
you've
eat
ever
that?
had.
This is like my
You
absolute
eat that? I'd love to see your intestines. Your
Gentlemen.
intestines must be damaged.
No, they're made of steel.
Do
mate.
you eat kiwis with this skin on as well? I've
Well-
seen people do that.
I know of someone that does that.
I've heard a rumor.
Yeah.
There was a guy once. No, I've seen people do that, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're eating like basically a furry ballsack. That's essentially what you're doing.
Oh.
Actually, this podcast started off really well, and then it's going.
I don't know what we've
This
descended
is
into
going
here.
very
I
well.
prefer this actually.
No.
This is more highbrow
This
than
is
we've been
comic
before.
relief. This is a bit of.
Well, it's good. Well, we're talking about melons, so for me, it's an absolute nightmare.
I'd rather just avoid this.
I'm joking, I'm joking. Yeah, you can-
Um,
You
But
eat
it's
the
still-
melon. You you've
No,
been serious,
no,
or is this a
it's-
Barney
no,
moment?
it's a Barney moment. Yeah.
no, I think they could be refreshing with melons,
They're very refreshing.
but
Well, not could be. They are very
They are
refreshing.
very
it's,
It's a statement
it's
of
this
fact.
weird taste. Like, man,
What do you like then, Curry?
in terms of
What do you like?
What fruit fills
What would be your
the
fruit of
void
choice?
that melon has left?
Do you like mango?
I love mango. Yeah.
If you like mango, you like melon.
Yeah, they're the
No,
same
it's
thing.
different. Absolutely different. It's like there's like we used to have a mango fruit, like tree, and we also had a papaya one.
Yeah, yeah.
And whenever the papaya one came and started cutting it up, I was out of the house. That's it. No way.
You don't
Yeah.
like papaya?
Oh no, hell
You
no.
don't like papaya?
It's oh no, anything. That,
I've
This
never had
kid,
papaya, actually.
this kid, he's damaged.
yeah, I think that's what it is.
Papaya is
Absolutely.
delicious with like a bit of lime.
I've never had papaya.
Could you just stop the podcast and go to like a fruit?
Well, we've gone from milkshakes to fruit.
To fruit. Yeah.
What's next? Burgers.
Oh,
Do you like burgers?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had my first, the best burger. I went to this London restaurant. It's called something Shack,
Shake Shack.
Burger Shack, or Shake Shack, or
Shake
something.
Shack,
I think that's
yeah.
it. Oh my goodness, the
They're
burger!
incredible.
Oh,
I was there the other week. I went to the Sky Garden and we went to a pre-Sky Garden Shake Shack.
Yeah.
They are incredible, aren't they?
Absolutely
They do
amazing.
milkshakes as well.
and it's
Um,
not like cooked. It's like rare.
So
in
I
the
don't.
middle
So
as well.
I remember. So they used to. Was it what the ones like GBK, Byron, and
GBK is
Honest,
incredible as
Honest
well.
Burgers. Those are the three, like the trio,
Yeah.
the big three,
The big boys.
so to speak, of burger chains.
The meat men.
The meat men.
Yeah.
There's another way of putting it. But yeah, so they used to ask how you'd like it done. However, and maybe it's different in Shake Shack. Maybe they're it's more loose in terms of their view on things. However, I'm not sure you can ask for how you like it. They just have to do it.
They do it.
They just
Have to do it. Whereas before, I'd have mine like medium or medium rare.
I think burgers should.
You should have. However, I don't know if someone got ill because they had it too rare.
The one at Shake Shack, it was
was
pink, and I love that.
Listen,
Absolutely
I
love
like
that.
the way they do it. I think it's great.
So they do it quite under.
I didn't really pay attention.
Even
I was
with the
so
shake,
hungry.
the
I
shake
didn't
was so
look
good
at it.
as well. Yeah.
I mean, that's the way it should be done. However, at least from my experience, they've stopped doing that
Yeah, like
Okay.
because
McDonald's, I hate
they must have got
McDonald's.
into some sort of trouble.
Maybe.
Because I know because obviously you can do that with steaks, but I think because they process the meat,
Yeah.
they're not allowed to, some sort of legislature.
Maybe it's just that
relating to that.
everyone just said the same thing,
Yeah,
and it's
they
just like let's just do it.
Do it
Why
that
do
way.
we bother?
yeah, why bother asking? People get confused. Do you know what I had that once? Someone asked me, how would you like your tuna steak done? It really took me by surprise. I thought you just cook it.
Yeah.
Just good.
But no, I ended up having it. I think I just had it medium to sort of play it safe because I was a bit like fish.
Yeah.
I'm abroad. I'm not sure. A bit like
Yeah.
I was just like he was like, oh, how would you like it done? I was like, cooked.
Yeah, yeah.
Cooked ideally.
Dead.
Yeah,
Dead.
dead,
Then again, I
and
think-
cooked.
If you ask in a fast food restaurant how you like it cooked, stop being a fast food. 'Cause
That-
now you
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go
over
to McDonald's and be like, yeah, could I have my Big Mac but medium rare?
That'd
Not
be
so
incredible.
Yeah.
Have you ever had medium rare chicken breast?
I see that sometimes. Do you ever see those posts on Twitter just like, oh, I've cooked like my boyfriend like this meal and it's like a chicken unseasoned,
Oh,
like still pink, still bleeding, and you're like, oh my
It's
It's
goodness.
medium rare though. It's incredible.
It's like a walking piece of salmonella.
I don't do that.
No. Oh my
Do you
goodness.
cook, Bonnie?
Do I cook?
Yeah.
Anything?
Like
I cook various things.
At home, so would you cook a meal for your family?
Well, we tend to eat at all different times, and my brother's still very, very picky.
Each man for himself in the Newson
Basically,
household.
yeah, we don't. We'll have a Sunday dinner quite routinely. That's normal, but I'm normally working later, so I won't. I'll kind of do my own thing, or I would have eaten late at work. And then, yeah, my brother doesn't like anything. He doesn't like pasta.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't like pasta.
That's worse than curry.
I know. He loves melon though. He can't
Yeah,
get
it's
enough of
redeemable
melon.
then. Redeemable.
Yeah. He'll have
No.
melon and sauce. No, he won't.
I thought it was cool, but no.
No.
This melon.
Doesn't like pasta.
I know. I think
Like
he
any
had
kind
it-
of pasta or just
No, any kind of. He doesn't like the
what
texture.
about ravioli?
No, doesn't. No, he'd hate that because it's just got
So I
like.
think it's the text. I get that because I hate eggs.
I
Not
hate
hate them.
eggs.
Yeah, like
What?
I don't eat
Bruv.
eggs.
Eggs.
Yes, it's the texture of eggs and the smell. Absolutely.
Do you like them? If you had like a crispy egg,
my
not-
goodness.
No.
No.
Like
Eggs are just one of life's delights.
putting it in my mouth.
I can understand
and,
that.
And the smell.
No, I like egg white. I don't really like egg white as much. You know, like if you've got
Yeah, the yolk is obviously the best bit.
yeah. But if the eggs are done well enough and it's not like runny, like the white's not runny.
You're missing out on like
Look, believe me,
poached eggs.
I
Like
wish-
eggs Benedict.
incredible, yeah.
Oh,
I wish because like even when like now I've been sort of dieting and exercise and if I eat eggs,
Yeah.
it would
Load up on protein.
Yeah,
Cheap
it's-
source of
it's-
protein,
it's-
really.
Not
exactly.
even an omelette.
I tried an omelette. Jam
'Cause-
goes, you know what? Maybe
You like it?
I can eat a cake. Anything else with the egg
it.
is like
Yeah.
you can taste
If
it.
you don't know it's there.
Yeah.
You're basically that kid that has to have carrots cut up and put into their like so small that they don't see it.
That's
I'd like
right.
to see the inside of Curry's lunchbox.
My lunchbox would be predominantly be beef and some kale or something.
Oh,
like that.
I was imagining
I'm
like
mostly-
Dairy Dunkers, like
A baby
you know
bell.
the pieces of ham that are shaped into like dinosaurs, like that kind of thing.
Yes, that's Curry's lunch.
Yeah.
And a big space on the left where a big slice of melon should be.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But-
not for Curry.
and a fruit shoot,
And a fruit shoot, yeah.
or a
gotta
Capri
have
Sun,
fruit
or a
shoot.
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
No, that's a big dilemma actually. I prefer the fruit sheet. You know, easier access.
You can
to
close it
the
again.
drink.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right,
You're not
yeah.
committed. Once you open it, you're not committed. You can maybe
Capri Suns are quite a commitment, aren't they?
massive. I'm not prepared for that kind of commitment.
No.
Do you know what? Having this conversation actually is pretty good
Right.
in the sense that before I was like, wait, I'm just going to run with it, but I actually now know why this is important. So, like, you know, most guys when they come up to a girl and start talking to a girl, one thing is that they say, "I've run out of things to say,"
You haven't.
but they run out of things to say is because they're thinking about what they need to say, like.
Yeah.
I need to say something to impress her. So
Yeah.
you put so much emphasis in that whatever I say
Yeah.
has to be amazing.
It has
But
to
Yeah,
fit.
and a great
Well,
deal of
it
pressure
doesn't.
comes with that. A great deal of pressure, and you do start to close off your mind a bit. Like
That's
it'd be
right.
very interesting to sort of see the live brain scans of someone in that situation of how much of their mind is just closed off because they're so intent on having to impress or
Yeah.
having to do something. If you just breathe in that moment where you're just like, shit, what do I say? Just breathe. Don't acknowledge it. Just like,
Yeah.
maybe just look over there and be like, oh, there's a Shake Shack over there.
exactly.
I'm gonna set,
And
have you heard my business plan? I'm going to set up Shakiras. It's
That's
going to
right.
be amazing. I haven't told you. I haven't told you about Shakiras.
but again, this is see, now we started off with Shakira, and then we just went on, and this is exactly how the conversation would go on a interaction, street club, whatever. You just roll with it because we used to play this game called I forgot the name of the game, but where you associate words and then you build on it.
Yeah.
Almost like improv type
Yeah, yeah.
style. And this is exactly what we did. And I think it's really interesting for our listeners, those that are single, if you follow again, go back to the beginning and see how we formed the conversation up to this point,
Yeah. Yeah.
that it was just us going off
I
on
love
whatever.
that though. Those
Went
are the
into
best
burgers,
conversations. You know,
went
those
into-
conversations where you
went
just
into-
you
it's just
spitball.
random stuff. And it becomes more entertaining because you're not focusing on one thing. Because if we stayed on milkshakes, it would have got boring. But it didn't. We just
Yeah.
sort of kept switching it up and
Yeah.
putting, like, you know, my hate of watermelons. And again, while we're talking trivia, we got to know about each other. So
I
don't know about his brother not liking pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah.
know about my melon. But so you're getting to know that person, even though you're
You're
having
not directly putting a lens on
Exactly.
it, like you're not
You're
putting them under the
drifting,
microscope.
You're just open and you're just
Yeah.
not having an agenda with the conversation. Again, this is what we talked about last week about, you know, the main goal is for you guys to be in this amazing relationship, but you have to step it all the way back to,
Yeah.
you know what, let's keep it there and just make little, you know,
And equally as
Make
well,
a
like you in that process with having that openness, you actually, because you're not narrowing yourself down a particular pathway, you find out things that you wouldn't have done otherwise. Like now I know that Kuri and I are incompatible as friends because he just closed off to melon. He's closed off to trying these new things. Like I know all I need to know about Kuri now.
exactly.
So we found out through sort of having that openness, you
Well-
find out so much more.
When you
The
say
fruit
present,
category is completed now.
yeah, exactly.
That's that bit done.
Exactly.
It's finished. It's finished. It's
That's
done.
it. And when you say mid delivery, I do not want to see a melon because if I see a melon, I'll be so. I'm just giving you.
You have to promise us now, but like for Barney and I, our appearance fee for this podcast are two
Yeah.
times. You have to at least try melon again.
At some
Not
point,
happening.
Some point this week,
we'll get Curry to try melon on.
No.
the
we'll have it
podcast.
live on the podcast.
No, that happening.
Kuri try melon.
No, well, it depends.
What do you mean it depends?
There-
What?
There's been incentive, so the listeners have to join in and say something.
No, listen. This is my demand now.
You have to-
This is nothing
they-
to do. Listeners can chime in, but
No, the listeners. If the listeners post and the hashtag Men of
Fine,
Honor
let's just create accounts and
Yeah, we'll
what-
make accounts.
and watermelon. The hashtag.
Does it have to be? I'm talking about any
I
melon.
will-
It might not necessarily be watermelon. Could be like a nice cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe?
What
Is that
is
how
a
you say it?
cantaloupe?
I'd say cantaloupe.
Cantaloupe. I'm thinking of
No,
antelope.
but you guys,
Antelope.
you're talking about stuff. I mean, some of the stuff is, is accessible here, but I bet I've eaten stuff that you guys have probably never considered.
I have a very
kangaroo.
wide palate. You might be surprised.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
Go on. No, you go on. You
Kangaroo?
Yeah.
Watch
No, I
out.
haven't. Haven't had kangaroo. You say buffalo?
Buffalo, yeah.
No.
Bunny.
I don't know what I don't know how. I don't know what I've had.
I'll try anything
I think-
though. I'll try anything once at least. I
Actually,
probably like it.
I had buffalo recently, actually. I went to Kempton Town,
Yeah.
the Shaka Zulu restaurant. So Shaka Zulu is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
South African warrior, and they got it's a South African restaurant, and they serve buffalo. It was absolutely amazing.
One thing I really want to try, I haven't, like curried goat.
Oh,
Really?
amazing, yeah.
Like I've heard people really rave about it.
I made it.
I've never had. Have you, Bunny?
No, actually, I'm quite boring with food. I like what I like, but I don't know how
Yeah.
I got to like it. So I'm quite
I'll try
sensible in the or not sensible in that I just kind of like my brother. I like
Yeah.
what I like, and I might try something if I fancy it, but I won't necessarily go out of my way to try something because chances are, if I'm hungry, I want to make sure I like it.
Yeah. No, I get that. Like,
It's like, so when you go to the restaurant, you order the same thing.
I'll
So-
have a go. No, if it's somewhere that I don't know,
Yeah.
I'll go. I won't order something because I don't know it. I'll go. Yeah, that looks alright. And a lot of the time,
it'll
be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if it's somewhere I've been before, chances are if I go back to that same place, I'll end up ordering the same thing.
and
But-
almost as well before you even get there, you're thinking about that. If I've
Yeah.
had this however many
Yeah.
times, half a dozen times. But as well, I do the thing of if I'm going to a new restaurant, I'll study the menu religiously before I go there, and it really irks me when they don't have a menu available online because
can't-
I won't
you
be
can't
able
revise.
to. I can't revise. I can't pre-plan. Oftentimes I'll end up choosing something because there might be a special on, and I'll be like, "Oh, let's give that a go." But yeah, I love doing that, and I almost before I've even got to the restaurant, I'll have enjoyed the entire menu.
So like
As you walk
proteins, are you specifically red meat or white
Anything.
meat?
Anything. See, I love seafood. See, especially when I'm abroad, like seafood is just the one for me.
So I'm not mad on fish. I like
No.
tuna.
Like tin tuna
like
or proper
tin
tuna.
I've never had proper tuna. See, I'm pretty like that.
How would you have it cooked?
Um,
You had it.
Well, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well
I'd
done,
get it
yeah.
like tin tuna, probably. I like
Just how would you like the tuna done, John West?
John West, yeah, in sunflower
Sunflower oil.
Yes, please. I like. Well, I mean, calamari's pretty easy.
Oh
But
yes.
that's probably the most exotic I've gone with seafood because it's squid. But
You're just missing out on
fish
it.
fingers. Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Uh,
So I've got a guy over here who doesn't eat melon. A guy over here who
I'm not-
doesn't.
I'm not. I mean,
Uncultured.
sea
I like
creatures freak me
uncultured.
out.
I
though.
don't sea creatures.
Yeah, they freak me out.
About lobster.
Yeah, I've had crab. I haven't had lobster.
I've never tried
Lobster is
I've
delightful.
never tried
I've always
lobster.
wanted to,
Absolutely delightful.
but I never.
A rare treat, but delightful. But no, like langoustines.
The one
like
thing I
king
won't try
prawns.
is
Oh, I love prawns,
caviar.
that's a lie. Yeah, I love
would
prawns.
not.
Caviar.
I don't like the idea of it. I
So
don't.
I've had it, but like it's
because
not.
it's eggs as well.
Yeah.
I think it's in his eggs.
I mean,
Have you had a
I'd-
caviar omelette?
Caviar on there. Imagine. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Eggs.
Oh, gross!
Eggs.
It's
no-
like the worst thing.
Try
Probably the
anything.
worst milkshake for curry. We'll bring it next time.
Eggy caviar milkshake.
Egg melon.
Egg melon.
Egg melon
Oh
caviar.
my goodness.
Oh,
Oh, right.
Like a. Oh no!
The papaya.
And papaya thrown in.
No ways.
No.
It's like gross. Absolutely gross. So yeah, we're good. So
But yeah, I'll yeah, we'll have to bring one of them along next week.
Definitely, yeah. We'll
No.
try and. I don't know. What other food-based antics do we have?
Look, so for me, like I don't know, just throw anything at me and I'll tell you if I'll eat it or not, or if I have.
crocodile.
Crocodile, I'll try it. I haven't had it, but I'll try it.
Um,
The only one like I wouldn't eat a panda. I wouldn't eat something endangered. That's
No.
that's the line for me. I doubt
You wouldn't eat
many.
anything endangered.
I doubt many places serve panda, but
It depends though. If you're on an island and
yeah. Listen.
pandas,
If we're out in
and
the
then
wild,
you
I'm
order
eating you.
somebody-
If we're out in the wild,
that
I'm
would
eating
make
you.
him endangered. So therefore, it cancels
exactly.
it out.
Is that I'm more endangered than you currently? Like if
I'm
I'm in
the
the
only
wild,
human
I
on
would
this island.
eat anything. I would wrestle a bear, probably lose, but I'd at least try.
just one swipe.
Exactly. But no, I'd eat anything if I had to. Go on, try something.
I don't know. What
What's
interests
the most exotic thing you've tried actually?
I don't really know. I'm thinking of when I was on holiday. I think nothing.
Nothing too out there.
No. Nothing too notable. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty tame.
Bit risque. No, I'm only risque with proteins.
Yeah,
I could quite happily not eat anything else and just eat meat.
protein.
Yeah, just eat meat.
You're like a vegan's nightmare.
Yeah. I think maybe that's a different episode. we should talk about this because I think it's quite interesting. I'm quite accepting of people and different ideas.
Yeah.
But there's some ideas that have now gone a little bit further than. It's not fact.
I think any idea, so long as any idea, no matter how potent it is or whatever way it goes, so long as it doesn't infect anyone else or you don't impose it on anyone else, that's absolutely fine in my book.
Yeah.
So long as it's not harming anyone else, it's not.
Don't toxicize it.
Don't toxicize it. That's absolutely fine in my book.
Is that a word?
Toxicize.
Yeah.
If it's not, it should be.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I'll
because
write a strongly written.
there's some things that I've seen, and they're now trying to tie it with the demise of the planet, as in if we continue eating protein, then the planet is going to come. But it's a wider argument.
It's a very balanced argument because you could also then look at it from the angle of certain things like going through the process of producing almonds.
That's right.
Almond milk is an alternative. Of course, there are other, but that's a very. I don't know. Again, if we do this episode, I'll actually have to have my facts and things ready over sort of the process of producing almonds. Bear in mind sort of shipping processes from around the world. You can't grow almonds in the UK, can you?
Same with avocados.
Same with so you talk about grains like quinoa.
Yeah.
There's sort of the effect that's had on sort of the native populations. Is it Peruvian? I think traditionally,
I'm not sure.
somewhere in South America, but then it hyperinflated the prices.
Another time.
Yeah, this is an interesting one.
Yeah,
I
we
think.
could really go into this.
Because it will be interesting to actually, again, you've got your stuff as well, so it'll be interesting to actually try and link up and get somebody that's vegan, so that can give us.
Definitely.
It'll be interesting to have
see
that
their take
conversation.
on it.
Because I would like to hear from their perspectives. People I've spoken to have been too, just sort of second grade information, so they've listened to somebody else, and then they're trying to put this stuff on me. But on somebody who's, had some. So if any of our listeners want to have this conversation with us, just let us know. So thank you very much for listening. This was a trivia type episode where we just talked about nothing. But I think the main thing that we ended up getting from this was the fact that you can be free flowing with your conversation, especially for you guys that are single. You shouldn't be so worried about what you need to say and everything else. You just need to let go. And I think we just let go, started talking about milkshakes. So in a scenario where you stop somebody
and be open to trying new things as well, Curry, or things that you might have not liked in the past.
Yeah, don't eat watermelon. They're from the devil.
Remember to tag it #melon for curry.
That's right.
Eggs for curry.
Eggs for curry, or either or
caviar,
and we'll get him to try it
caviar.
next week.
Yes, tag me on Instagram and then
let's make it happen.
#melon for curry.
I'll try it then. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys, for listening. And if you want to learn more, join the Men of Honor Facebook group. And if you've got any question, you can get us on Instagram. I'll put everybody's Instagram so there's the conversations. And if you've got questions as well, you can go to our landing page where you can ask anything anonymously. It's Men of Honor Ask. So www.Men of Honor Ask. And the link is within the description below. So thank you very much. Take care.